Did you know there was once a civilization so powerful, so influential, and so enduring that it shaped the future of Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa for over 1,000 years? A city that began as a small village by a river and grew into one of the greatest empires the world has ever seen. Yes, we're talking about Rome, a name that still echoes through history books, films, languages, politics, architecture, and religion. Rome wasn't just a city. It was an idea, a force, a legend, from mighty emperors to fearless generals, from noble senators to ordinary citizens who built roads, fought wars, and shaped history. Rome's story is filled with ambition, drama, betrayal, warfare, innovation, and remarkable achievements. In this video, we'll take you on a complete journey through the history of Rome, from its mythical beginnings to its days as a kingdom, its glory as a republic, and its transformation into a powerful empire. We'll explore its leaders, wars, culture, and eventual collapse. But this isn't just a lesson essay story, and we'll tell it in a way that's clear, captivating, and unforgettable. If you love history, or you're just curious how a small city became the ruler of the ancient world, this video is for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more incredible historical stories. Let's begin our journey to ancient Rome, the mythical beginnings. Rome's story begins with a legend. According to Roman mythology, the city was founded in 753 BCE by Romulus, the twin brother of Remus, both said to be sons of a princess and the god Mars, raised by a sheep. After a dispute, Romulus killed Remus and became Rome's first king. While this story may not be historically accurate, it reflects how strongly the Romans believed in divine origins and heroic foundations. Historians believe Rome actually began as a small farming settlement near the Tiber River in central Italy. The Roman kingdom. Rome was originally ruled by King 7 in total, according to tradition. Some were likely real, others legendary. These early kings built temples, the first roads, and even the city's original sewer system. But the last king, Lucius Tarquinius Superbus, became a tyrant. The people eventually rose up, overthrew the monarchy, and vowed never to have a king again. In 509 BCE, Rome became a republic governed, not by kings, but by elected officials. The Roman Republic. The Republic was a bold experiment in governance. Power was shared between two elected consuls and a senate dominated by the patricians, the wealthy elite. Meanwhile, the plebeians, Rome's common citizens, fought for and gradually gained political rights. Rome expanded rapidly, using war, alliances, and diplomacy. It fought with neighboring tribes, clashed with Carthage in the Punic Wars, and eventually controlled the Italian peninsula, Spain, Greece, and parts of North Africa. But the Republic also faced internal strife. Wealth inequality widened. Reformers like Tiberius and Gaius tried to help the poor, but were both assassinated, signs of cracks in the system. The rise of Julius Caesar. Few names in history are as iconic as Julius Caesar. A brilliant general, he conquered Gaul and won the hearts of many Romans. But Caesar's growing power alarmed the Senate. When he crossed the Rubicon River with his army in 49 BC, Caesar emerged victorious and in 44 BCE declared himself dictator for life. Some viewed him as a hero, others a threat to the Republic. On the Ides of March in 44 BCE, Caesar was assassinated by a group of senators, including his friend Brutus. Their hope was to restore the Republic, but instead, it led to more chaos. The Roman Empire is born. Following Caesar's death, Rome descended into another round of civil wars. His adopted heir Octavian defeated rivals like Mark Antony and Cleopatra, and in 27 BCE became the first emperor Augustus. With Augustus, the Roman Empire was born. Under his leadership, Rome enjoyed a golden age known as the Pax Romanae, period of peace and prosperity that lasted over 200 years. Roads, aqueducts, and cities were built across the empire. Trade flourished. Roman culture reached every corner. The glory of the empire. At its peak under Emperor Trajan, Rome's empire stretched from Britain to Egypt, and from Spain to the Middle East. Other famous emperors include Nero, known for cruelty and persecution of Christians; Hadrian, who built Hadrian's Wall in Britain; Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king celebrated for his wisdom. Despite its strength, the empire faced growing challenges: high taxes, succession disputes, and the sheer size of its territory. Religion and the rise of Christianity. Romans originally worshipped many gods: Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Apollo, and others. But a new faith began to grow: Christianity. Christians were persecuted early on, yet their numbers increased. In 313 CE, Emperor Constantine issued the Edict of Milan, legalizing Christianity. Eventually, it became the empire's official religion. Constantine also moved the capital to a new city, Constantinople, which became the heart of the Eastern Roman Empire. The fall of the Western Roman Empire. By the 4th and 5th centuries CE, the Roman Empire was crumbling. Barbarian groups like the Goths, Vandals, and Huns invaded Roman territories. Economic decline, weak leadership, and internal divisions made things worse. In 476 CE, the last Western Roman emperor, Romulus Augustus, was overthrown by the Germanic king Otto. This is considered the fall of the Western Roman Empire. The Eastern Roman Empire, but Rome didn't die in 476. The Eastern Roman Empire, known as the Byzantine Empire, continued for nearly another 1,000 years. Its people considered themselves Romans, even though they spoke Greek. One of its greatest rulers, Justinian I, ruled in the 6th century. He attempted to reclaim lost Western territories and created the Justinian Code, a legal framework that influenced modern laws. He also built the magnificent Hagia Sophia, one of history's most stunning architectural wonders. Despite plagues, wars, and political turmoil, the Byzantines preserved Roman culture long after the West had fallen. Rome's legacy to the world. Rome's influence still shapes our modern world in many ways. Government and law. The concept of a republic, senates, elected officials, and written laws began in Rome. Architecture: domes, arches, concrete aqueducts, and massive roads. Language. Latin became the root of many modern languages: Italian, French, Spanish, Portuguese, and Romanian. Calendar. The Julian calendar, introduced by Julius Caesar, later evolved into today's Gregorian calendar. Religion. Christianity's spread across Europe was largely due to its adoption by Rome. Military. Roman strategy. Discipline and engineering shaped military thinking for centuries. Daily life in ancient Rome. Rome wasn't just emperors and wars, it was also bustling with ordinary people. The city, Rome, housed over 1 million people at its peak, crowded, noisy, vibrant, full of markets, baths, and temples. Entertainment. Gladiator games in the Colosseum, chariot races in the Circus Maximus, and plays in open-air theaters. Food and clothing. Simple meals of bread, fruit, and cheese. Wealthier Romans enjoyed banquets. Men wore tunics and togas. Women wore education and family. Fathers held authority. Boys from rich families studied rhetoric. Girls learned domestic skills, though some were educated. Religion. Homes had shrines to family gods long before Christianity took hold. The end of Rome. In 1453 CE, the Byzantine Empire faced its final blow. After centuries of decline, Sultan Mehmed II of the Ottoman Empire captured Constantinople and renamed it Istanbul. With this, the Roman Empire, but its spirit lived on. Conclusion: Rome never truly died. From a village by the Tiber to an empire ruling much of the known world, Rome's journey was one of ambition, innovation, and resilience. It wasn't perfect, marked by inequality, brutality, and downfall, but few civilizations have left such a lasting impact. Rome built more than monuments, it built systems. Its laws, roads, languages, and ideas still shape how we live today. When you walk on a paved road, visit a courthouse, hear a political debate, or admire an old building, you're witnessing the world Rome helped build. So next time you hear the word Rome, don't just think of ruins and empire. Think of the soldiers, farmers, poets, mothers, and builders who shaped the world, piece by piece. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the complete history of Rome. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment which part of Roman history fascinated you most. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and remember, the past isn't dead. It lives on in us.